I'm totally not doing some last minute setup right here. Just making sure that I've got everything open and actually set up correctly. Believe so. So let's hop into game. I am using keyboard and mouse again because my legs still hurt. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I need to fix the title. Here we go. Title has been fixed. Good evening. Hello, everybody. We have harvest to harvest, and we've got some silage to do later on as well. So it'll be pretty good. Hello, Adam Dunley, Matthew, Isaac Gordon, Godfather of Contracting, Monster, Chris the Irish Gamer, Louis 7810, and Simulator Gaming. Why do my legs hurt? Farmer Max, imagine if you will, a person who very rarely leaves the house and very rarely walks. Imagine that person walking 10-ish miles in a day out of nowhere in muddy, rainy, wet conditions where yeah, it just doesn't blah. It just blah. How was Wednesday? Very wet, very cold, very miserable, and I loved it. It takes a special sort of lunatic to enjoy themselves when they're as wet and cold and miserable as I was on Wednesday, but I did enjoy it. It is because I had to walk. It's because I had to walk so much that it's literally like not all of my legs, just my calves are like, well, actually really nicely defined. So I'm kind of happy, but it's kind of like they're still sore. They're still very, very tight. I'm actually gonna do something that I really shouldn't do on stream, which is try and stretch my calf. Your kneecaps hurt. It's a lot better than your calf muscles hurting because your kneecaps aren't really supporting you and you're just standing up. But it's the good kind of hurt because I know it's helpful. The bot is slow. Could somebody check if Nightbot's working? Could somebody put in !Nightbot? Because that is a public command. Just because I'm not sure if Nightbot's actually here. Hello, Brandon Graham. Your back hurts. My back always hurts. It's just kind of a thing now. Yeah, I don't know if Nightbot's actually here. Could somebody put in the Nightbot command, and if it's not going to reply... Okay, Nightbot is in fact here. It's good. That's a positive. It's now going to just start spamming boop boop on my robot. Why are you talking to me? And yes, I do have a command that is basically just used to check if Nightbot's here. Hello, Massey. I'm glad that I was able to change your mind with that little chat we had last night. You're watching Massive Machines this morning as always. And it was Massey Ferguson Tractors. Very nice indeed. Got a video I want to make of like the few pictures that I did take at the ploughing, because I didn't take many. I was hoping to get a lot more, but the rain was just kind of... I didn't want to take out my phone in the rain. I didn't want to run the risk of breaking it. So I will be making a video from that at some point in the not too distant future. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get that done. I was hoping to get it done today, but I went downstairs and had like 4 breakfasts. I know, it was only 2. Because I had a bowl of Cheerios, and as I was finishing the Cheerios, my mother said, "Hey, do you want sausage rolls?" And I was like, "Okay. I'm perfectly fine with sausage rolls." Sausage rolls, yes, please. Nice warm, freshly baked sausage rolls. Fresh out the oven. Yes. Welcome back, Stevie. Hello, Dal. So, something that I'm going to address real quick. Real quick. Cattle and Crops is due to get an update today. I do plan on making a video on that, hopefully for tomorrow. Assuming the update actually does drop. It's due to come out today. I checked before the stream, it wasn't out. So if Cattle Crops does update, I'll do a full update video on the last few updates with fertilizing and seeding and whatnot. There is a big sponsor button now, Massey. That is new-ish to me. I've had it for a week or so, but across YouTube it is brand new. It only kind of dropped properly a few days ago. Hello, Venus. And what happens to the sponsor button is you get a lovely shiny badge like what Dal has. And if Dal's willing to help out there, you also get a rather beautiful RainbowDave gaming emoticon. Massey Fergie Boy has subscribed. Thank you, Massey, for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse, or welcome back to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. Sausage rolls are delicious. Although the downside is, there's a downside. There's definitely a downside. I've had 2 cups of coffee, which means I'm not going to have a very fun rest of the day. There we go. There's the emote, the RainbowDave Gaming emoticon emoji. You never unsubscribe? It said. Here's the thing, Massey. It said you subscribed twice yesterday. I think YouTube's doing the derpy thing again. Hello, Philip. How are you doing? I think YouTube's doing that weird thing where it says people are subscribing and unsubscribing when they're not. Because I've seen you subscribe 5 or 6 times in the last few weeks. Sausage rolls are a lovely bit kid with heartburn. Is it worth the pain, Ernie? I would say yes. Tommy, you can't use that emoji. You cannot use the RDG logo emoji. It is only available to sponsors. And it's literally the only thing that I have paywalled across the entirety of the channel. It is the only thing paywalled. You've had 3 cups of cappuccino. I had a cappuccino and a coffee. And I normally don't drink coffee. I normally have just cappuccino. I had an Americano. A normal bog standard cup of coffee. So I don't know how exactly my body's going to react. I'm definitely good for caffeine. Pizza with the fail attempt. Hello, Harry Court. How are you doing today? You unsubscribed once. That was ages ago and it was a mistake. Yeah, YouTube's a bit weird. Not gonna lie. But I've said many times that I don't like paywalling things. I think the emoji are fine to paywall. Because, and I'll tell you why. They do nothing. They just look pretty. They just... That's all they do, is they look pretty. They don't give you any advantages over everybody else. Hello, Cameron. How are you doing today? Louis, I wish I could. I wish I could, because it'd be awesome to have that being able to be used across YouTube, but it's not available. Yeah, it didn't cause hassle, Massey. I'm pretty sure I said that to you, that you weren't causing a hassle. In fact, you should have said what you did a while back. I shaved earlier and there's bits of beard everywhere. Just bits of beard hair have gone everywhere. Making it is, yeah, they're literally just copying Twitch, Louis. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know what they're doing. They're copying Twitch's subscriptions. Do I want some cake? I'm pretty good for cake. I think I'm pretty good for cake. I've been not eating actually as much as I usually do. I'm usually busy, you didn't want to serve me. I've been taking a lot of time to myself lately. I'm going to be taking some time to myself tonight as well, because Project Cars 2 is launched. It actually launched a couple of days ago, but I bought it today. Hello, Faye. We've decided to speak today. I bought Project Cars 2, and Forza's dropping in a few days' time, so I'm going to be actually taking a lot more time to myself than I usually do, because you guys know, some of you guys know this, some of you guys don't. I am a big racing game fan. So if I can play Project Cars 2 or Forza 7, I've been playing a bit of Assetto Corsa too because I got the Ferrari DLC that dropped recently. I'm one of these people that I'm bad at them. I don't make any illusions. I'm bad at them. I'm slow. But I enjoy them. I enjoy them so much because it's just quite literally a change of pace. Because you know, most of the games that I play are like ETS and Farm Sim, where you're kind of driving slowly. And then I play the racing games. And it's just like, the entire intention is to go as quickly as possible and precision, and I like that. I like the precision. Which some of you will be probably surprised by that. Yeah, 35 gig download isn't very good. I've actually had to pause it to stream, so I don't even have the game downloaded yet. I bought it about 10 minutes ago. But I'm looking forward to playing it. Looking forward to trying out the Indy cars around Indianapolis. See you, Massey. Because I played with them in R Factor 2, which is an actual simulator, and I know how they should behave, roughly speaking. I know that they should be negative downforce, and well, on the wings anyway, because they use a lot of ground effect, and kind of loose with a well, that's the R Factor 2 standard setup, but a bit loose, a bit kind of wavy. So I'll be looking into that pretty much immediately after I have done my general test, which is going to be a car of my choice around the Nordschleife. I am a big fan of the Nürburgring Nordschleife. You're at the Planning Wednesday? Dylan, you should have said hello if you saw me. I really enjoyed it. I came home like a drowned rat. And I was wet and miserable and frozen. But I really, really enjoyed myself. I will be making a video of the very few pictures that I did take in the near future. I was wanting to do it today, but I was very lazy today, I'll be honest. I was a damp squid, yes. Except the actual saying is damp squid with a B. I really enjoyed myself. If the opportunity is there, I'll go again next year. I'll be completely honest. If the opportunity is there, I'll go again next year. And I'll announce it all on Twitter and stuff. Because I'll be doing it next year with a bit less planning, just to try and get there the best day. It's alright, Louis. That saying is very regularly screwed up. It's actually a very common one to screw up. Just because people do think it is damp squid. Because squid is a word that's in general usage, squid is not. Go the first day less mod. That's kind of the plan, potentially, for next year. Do I vape? Nope. No vaping for me. I am not Vape Lord 9230. I don't, Cameron. You have absolutely no proof of me vaping. None whatsoever. Hello, Jack. How are you doing? Music's quiet today. I swear, Fubar just like setting random volumes. Yes, of course I've turned up slightly for the, you can see me. No, you can't. The 24 volt? I don't actually know what the voltage of this thing is. I'm guessing it's 5 because it's USB charged. Day about West Coast. Banterman, why did you not say hello? Because I know you didn't say hello because nobody came up to me and said, Hi Dave, how are you today? You look very damp. I got stopped up by a couple of people that were kind of advertising stuff to me. Including one person who wanted me to try and enter a raffle for a shed. What flavour? This flavour. The orangey coloured flavour. Which is basically nicotine flavour. Have I tested the slurry pack on Motto? Here's an interesting thing. I tested it a long time ago because it was originally on Modhoster. So that slurry pack is not new at all. It, I think, is an update on the Mod Hub. But I literally went on TeamSpeak last night and said to Andy, hey dude, this is a mod you should get. It's very detailed, very realistic, very much worth getting. And he was trying it out and talking to me. He's like, oh god, how do... what? Oh, so many controls. And yeah, it's got a butt ton of controls, but it's worth it. Somebody... Yeah, it was the dude beside Grassman, Dylan. What happened to my legs? The ploughing happened to my legs. And then he complained about the HUD being from FS13, yes. Louis was there at the same time. Louis gets to hear what goes on behind the scenes. And he's terrified now. He knows what we're really like. You can see why we're all friends though. And why so much teasing and joking happens. I think it was his last version. You think what was his last version? I'm not following you, Adam. What do I think of the Grassman stand? It was actually one of the first stands I saw. That was very impressive. Sorry, pack the Zoonhammer pack from 2013. It is not the Zoonhammer pack. I can tell you that much. It is not the Zoonhammer pack. One of those dirty addictions. Yes. By the way, Louis, all the guys are on at the moment if you're near a computer and want to hop on there. Why do I vape? It's bad for me because I am giving up smoking and that's even worse. Lesser of two evils? Right here. There's not a lot of research gone into it, unfortunately. I'd love to have some actual data and numbers to back me up here. But just from what I do know, there's less carcinogens, less toxins in one of these than there is in a cigarette. Up on now. Yeah, when I left, Sim, Landy, and Chris were on. Got a blue Grassman hoodie to add to the collection. Very nice. It's even worse for me? No. There's literally nothing worse for your body than smoking. Maybe a knife. Or like a bullet fired at high velocity. But in terms of toxins, smoking is literally the worst thing you could do. And Isaac, keep in mind that I literally have a degree in biomedical... okay, here's the thing. My degree is in biomedical sciences. Which sounds very fancy, and it is, I guess. But it basically means I know and I can do the research and I can interpret the research to say definitively this is better than smoking. But only for smokers. For people who are smoking and trying to quit, this is a good option. If you don't smoke, don't do this. That's my PSA for the day. That's my public service announcement. It's like if you smoke, try and take up vaping. It's less bad for you. If you vape, try and give up vaping. If you don't smoke, don't take up vaping or smoking. Definitely don't become one of those hipster vapors that are like, I've got a 73 Newton meter flange on my vape and it makes it more vapey than your vape, because my vape is best vape. It's still bad. Use that smoking spray. As a quit smoking aid, I think it's the best option because it's something to do with your hands. And here's the thing, for every single smoker in the world, there is a different solution to quitting. There are as many solutions to quitting smoking as there are smokers. So Isaac, you saying that the spray is the best, it might be the best for certain people, it wouldn't be the best for me, because I need to have my hands occupied, and that wouldn't occupy my hands. Why does my leg still hurt? I was at the ploughing on Wednesday, APH, and I did a lot more walking than I'm used to. And it kind of ruined my legs. And it takes a few days for my legs to heal up properly. Due to a mix of my general laziness and some old injuries. Can somebody tell me how to change your profile picture? It's... if you've got a Google Plus account linked to your YouTube, it'll be linked to that. Because YouTube doesn't like doing things in a logical way. Hello, happy TNT Gamer. How are you doing today? Hello to Sweden. Hello to Denmark. Hello to the rest of Europe. Hello to the world. Hello, world. How's the world today? Hope everybody's feeling good. It's Friday. I hope everybody feels good. Wait, what? That is the best reaction. That's actually my favorite reaction from people. It's like, wait, what? No hello to Norway. Norway's not good enough. Norway hasn't bought me cake. Hello to Norway and Pizza Wheel. What about a Google Plus? There was a period where if you had a YouTube account, you had to have a Google Plus account. Because they were forcing it on people. If you made your account during that period, you'll have a Google Plus account linked to your YouTube account. You have to change the profile picture of your Google account to change the profile picture of your YouTube account. You had great crack at school today. Awesome. Norway invented cake. I thought Norway invented fermented herring. Just had a curry, now you're back. Very nice. Hello, Landy. I would do a belly flop, but I'd cause a small earthquake. And I don't think Ireland needs a small earthquake. We've got enough flooding and nonsense going on as it is. So, if you're wondering why I'm doing a soybean harvest on the west coast, it's because I intended to have one field of soybeans. Just the one. I intended for field 10 to be soybeans. I then forgot to change the seeds in the seeder for the entirety of the rest of the fields except field 3, which I think is in canola or something. I don't know what I've seeded field 3 in. Oh, it's in wheat. So, I've got a butt ton of soybeans that need harvesting. Where's Sim been the last few days? Simulate has been busy. Simulate has been doing real jobs and real work and things. So swimming is really good. Is that fermented herring? Deity. Because, like, it's so funny how many countries have weird national dishes and delicacies. Well, yeah, at least they're valuable. I mean, I'm gonna make a lot of money out of this, but it is kind of stupid of me to have forgotten to change the seeds. Yes, it is. Yeah. It's funny how many countries just have weird national dishes, because, like in France, there's escargot, which is snails or even frog's legs. In Scandinavia, it's various fermented fish. In Iceland, it's rotten, poisonous shark. Hello, Delta. And in Ireland, it is something called crew beans, which sounds like a type of bean, doesn't it? Sounds like a bean, you know. Oh, it's a crew bean. Except that's the Irish word for it. The English word for it is pig's trotters. Pig's feet. That have been stewed for like a day. And are like falling off, the meat's falling off the bone. But that is genuinely an Irish dish that I'd love to try sometime. We're also famous for like black pudding and stuff here. Yeah, in Germany it's various sausages. I like Germany. We also have black pudding, which is amazing. White pudding, which is also amazing. Japan has sushi. Yes, that's amazing too. Scotland has haggis, which I have tried, and I find it delicious. I actually have tried haggis, and I really enjoyed it. I really genuinely enjoyed haggis the time that I tried it. You don't like black pudding? I don't like it as much as white pudding, but I do like it. Like, I'll eat it very readily and happily. You're having a very... Oh, nice pizza. I'm having, I think, spaghetti bolognese, which is... Yes. The Russians have vodka. So does Ireland, technically. It's just under a different name here. America has fat foods. Hello, VF. How are you doing today? Welcome back, Banterman. How are you doing, Banterman? Are you full of banter today, Banterman? Love breakfast roll. Ooh, that would be nice. Jumbo breakfast roll right about now? Yes, please. Clonakilty. I've tried Clonakilty black pudding, and oh my god, it's so much. It's just so far superior to all of the black puddings. Canada has maple syrup. Yes. You're having hospital food. James Pugh ruining it all. Hospital food is worst food. On farms, you can never find a decent header trailer. You want a 30 foot, he's a 25 foot header, but the 24 foot's too small and the 40 foot's far too big. Thomas, this is a 35 foot header I'm using at the moment. And if it's nicely onto the header trailer that I'm using, I'll just stop up here real quick and show you what to Google. Header trailers. And it is the Cochet Pack. C-O-C-H-E-T. Look that up and give it a download. I'm pretty sure you'll find that is very much worth your while. I think you'll find that is going to be about as close to the header trailer pack that you want as you're gonna get. I recommend it for everybody. Landy recommended it to me. I've been using it for a while now, and it's better than the in-game header trailers. So even if you use them, I'd recommend you start looking at the Cochets, because they're just better. You need to make a colorable version. Yeah, I'm doing good, Banterman. Colorable version would be nice, but I don't know if it's really worthwhile. I like having the color being different for every trailer so that I know which one's which. And I kind of like the fact that they're just weird colors anyway. Because you wouldn't, in reality, you wouldn't have a header trailer that is color matched to your combine. You'd have one that just... Well, it's the one they had on the day that I was buying a header trailer. Or the one that they had the day that I was buying the combine. You wouldn't have a color matched one. I have in fact seen this very harvester, the New Holland CX8090, with possibly even the 35 foot header. And the header was on something that strongly resembled that header trailer over there. May even have been a Cochet. Did I get anything in the ploughing, and what do I think of it? I got lots and lots of coffee, and the coffee results were Electric Ireland had the best because it was free. There was a big queue, but it was good coffee. Most of the coffee was overpriced, but it was not. It was okay coffee. There was one coffee that I literally had to have two sachets of sugar in to get it tasting reasonable. And I also had a hot dog. And it was those of you that were there, you'll have seen the white tents, the round white tents with like the barbecue pit in the middle. If you got a hot dog from there, they are the best hot dogs you can get. They are delicious. When am I going to buy a 135? I have a mod for a 135. I need to do some tweaks to it. I need to disable actually part of the model itself. I need to... well, I want to retexture it and get it running up to spec. And then I'll use a 135. But I do have one available. Oh, in real life? When I've got like 5 grand spare. 5 or 6,000 euro. T7, 225 blue powers most used in your area. It's mainly, I think, T5s around here. And then the T7s show up during harvest time when the contractors arrive. Does this guy actually have a face? He does, it's just hilariously hidden. The combine just crab. Yes, it did. The header caught on the ground. That happens sometimes, and it's kind of annoying. I'm actually going to go back up this row and grab the little bit up here that I did miss. But yeah, there's a little dip here, and the combine just kind of grabbed it and scooted off in a random direction. Which I'm hoping doesn't happen again. It did not. Fantastic. 10,400 litres exactly. Wow. Hello, Dwayne. What's the crack? There's not a lot of crack. You've misspelled crack, by the way. Well, for the meaning of crack that you wanted, at least. I need to clean the sheep real quick. So, sheep cleaned. How are they doing for wool production? They have one full pallet and one out here for some reason. Is there any indicator of where the spawn is for the wool pallets? No. Now if I might tweak that. Actually, yep, thought as much. Might tweak that just to fix it up a bit. Sheep should be full of grass now. They are. How are the pigs doing? They need cleaning as well. Yes, I do have a Massey 575 or 675 over here just to deal with the pigs. I felt like it was worthwhile to have a purpose or dedicated tractor over here, just because the pigs realistically just need a front loader to clean up and to move the food, because I've made a pile of food for them. Or bought a pile of food for them, I should say. The wool spawn is in a weird place, and I've heard there's potential issues with if you put a tractor into that shed, that it'll block the wool spawning entirely, which isn't good, shall we, to put it lightly. Your sound disappeared, nothing would load, you turn your headphones full volume, started working. Oh dear. You guys saw nothing. This thing is a turning circle of a galaxy at times. Wow. How are the pigs doing for straw, actually? Because I do want to get manure out of the pigs and cows as much as I can. They're good for everything, which is good. That pig's head is coming... Yeah, most of that pig is coming through the bars there, which is not so good. It's out. The Cattle and Crops update's out? I called it. I said as soon as I start streaming, they'll drop it. I actually called it. Also, hello, Sim. Do you want to tell people if you've quit YouTube or not? Or do you want to keep that as a mystery? Or do you not know yourself? Swappy streamy. I'm not going to swap the stream. I actually do want to make a video on Cattle and Crops, and I want to make sure that I have a full set of controls bound up, so I'll be doing probably half an hour's testing and stuff. Sim is quit confirmed. Yeah, I told you. Like, as soon as I start streaming, they're gonna drop it, and it's exactly what it's even at the time that I thought they'd drop it. Because I was thinking to myself, oh, it'll drop it at 5:30. Just to be awkward with me. Because if it dropped before the stream, I'd have done a Cattle and Crops stream. But 100% quit YouTube. Okay. So there you go, guys. Simulate has in fact quit YouTube. Confirmed. Let's get this. We'll clean up the cows. How was the ploughing? Wet, miserable, and very, very enjoyable. Sure, somebody now thinking, wait, that doesn't... That's a 2 + 2 is 5 situation, Dave. And in fact, 2 + 2 is 4 minus 1, that's 3 quick maths. And I'm pretty sure Sim is now laughing at me. What stand was I in? I wasn't in any given stand. I went through a few of them. I saw Monday a couple of times. Sim is a super good streamer. Sim is a terrible streamer. Landy and I have been saying this to him. He's actually really bad at streaming. He's just very good at covering up how bad he is. That's not me insulting him, it's just... He doesn't stream enough to know the ins and outs and the little tricks. Did I buy much? Lots of coffee and a hot dog. But there's a lot of little tricks that you learn through streaming a decent amount. And Sim's kind of learning them, but on a much slower, rate. What's out? The new Cattle and Crops update with corn. Is it the corn shopping update they're calling it? So you can now harvest your corn in Cattle and Crops. Ramming cows with Dave, yes. I am in fact picking up the manure here. Landy was complaining about this with me last night, and I said, well, it makes sense. Although in reality you'd take out the straw with it, but it makes sense for the manure to be in here where it is. You went on Wednesday, Adam? So did I. You might have seen me at some point. You might have stood beside me at one point and not realised, Adam. This is the fun of, despite my face being public, nobody knows how tall I am in real life. I've said it a few times, but nobody can get a good gauge on how tall I am. So some people might have seen me and not realised that it was me. Because I was wearing a jacket with my hood up. You were looking for me? You might... I was wearing a jacket with my hood up. It kind of looked like I was trying to go incognito, but no, I was just trying to desperately to stay as dry as I could and failed miserably. I need the Fast Track 3000. It's not out. What? Are you guys just trying to troll me on the Cattle and Crops thing? Because if so, you've just trolled my entire bloomin' chat as well. That's amazing. GG if that was a troll attempt. It succeeded spectacularly. Well done, guys. You got me good. Doesn't bother me though. I was gonna record after the stream anyway. It's odds are by the time I finish, it'll be out. So yeah. What was Alex complaining about? I've got to look through chat here real quick. Oh, Alex. You poor thing. Streaming is something I've got a lot better at over time. And, you see, the real trick with my streams is a lot of it's an act. A lot of the badness is an act. I'm not going to say which bits, but sometimes I do intentionally just kind of look at the screen and go, this would be funny. And then do something stupid intentionally. You guys thought a lot of what happens on YouTube is fake. It's very much like television. If you see something on television that's reality TV, odds are it's scripted. Odds are it's got a predetermined result. The producers will make sure that their result happens. Even if there is a public vote, they'll intentionally edit things together in ways that make people look bad or look good. Happens a lot with the likes of Big Brother. They have to have their evil person, so even if nobody's being particularly bad, they'll edit it to they'll decide this person is the evil person, and they'll just show the bad things they did throughout the day and not show any apologies, and then show everybody complaining about the bad thing they did throughout the day and never actually show that, oh, there was an apology at the end of it. So, you know, it's rigged. Everything you see on TV is fake. Everything. Everything you see on YouTube, you should 100% believe it's fake. Nothing is real anymore. I think we need to talk about the stream names. No, the stream names are how I feel when I start the stream. Made in Chelsea's scripted, The Only Way is Essex is scripted, Geordie Shore scripted, every reality TV show is scripted. Keeping Up with the Kardashians is scripted. And they're such bad actors, it shows. The NBC series is fake. Do you know what? That's one of the few real things that are 100% nothing is scripted, nothing is planned out in advance. Because we whenever we sit down to record that, it's like, what are we doing today? I don't know. What needs to be done? I don't know. And then it just turns into all of us getting bored and trolling each other for an hour. Kardashians is not. Dave plans the fails. Totally. 100% planned everything. What time am I streaming till? About 7 o'clock. I think Landy's going to be going live then. And is Monster here? Monster or Louis or Pizza? Could you get the link ready for the end of the stream, please? Because I'll be promoting my video from today as well. Also, don't try this at home, kids. I've edited this version of the West Coast. Yeah, everything bar live TV is scripted. Thank you, Monster. Landy is streaming tonight, confirmed. So if you've already watched today's video, go over to Landy. If you haven't, watch my video instead. Landy's boring. I'm gonna get abuse now over that one. The poll is a lie. By the way, can you guys tell that this morning's video was recorded on a different day to the other three, or the previous three? Because I was so much more energetic in this morning's video. I can actually remember recording it, as opposed to the rest of the videos, which was just like, yeah. This is not a live stream, it's a video. Yes, it's all pre-recorded, including the commentary. What I've done is I've actually planted every single person in chat. And I've told them when to say what they're saying. Have I ever dabbed? No. Don't think so. Well, like, it depends. Because if you're doing it as a dab, as the dance move, then no. If you're doing it as a reaction to a sneeze, because, fun fact, the best way to catch a sneeze is to catch it in the crook of your elbow, so I have dabbed several times. Just by, you know, oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Nose into crook of elbow. To, catch the sneeze. It's the best way to sneeze. Everybody is scripted. Hello, Kirk Baker. Thank you for putting in your comment when I asked you to. I'm sitting in a room reading chat and watching a video of someone playing Farm Sim. True fact, I'm actually playing GTA 5 right now. Who does like? Probably the guy who said my stream was terrible. Because he got salty because I started, you know, I called him out for it. I've seen bad streams, this is not one of them. I've done bad streams, this is not one of them. I did a stream before where I streamed for a solid hour. I was talking to myself for a solid hour with nobody watching. Now, it takes a certain kind of person to do that. Because not once did somebody come into chat. One dislike's not going to kill me. It's not even going to hurt me, Godfather. So, to whoever disliked, thank you, you've helped. Birthday stream is yours. Yeah, that was bad. I know it might be streaming on Mark. What have you missed so far? Things. Literally things. Your shirt ends up soaked afterwards. Why? Because, Paddle, and this is the reason, if you sneeze into your hands, you now have the germs and infectious material on your hands. And you go to shake somebody's hand after you've sneezed, if you've not washed it or given an alcohol rub of some description, then you're just passing it on to them. Whereas if you do it into your elbow, you don't need to wash your elbow. It's just, it's there. You don't touch the inside of your elbow ever. Oh yeah, you missed me pointing out how all the streams are fake. What's my opinion on Daggerwin? I think he's a nice guy. I don't watch Farm Sim content, so I can't really judge that. But the last time I did watch him, I wasn't really enjoying it. I think he's trying to do his own thing, which is great. But unfortunately, his subscribers don't seem to appreciate it as much as they maybe should, because he doesn't have to make YouTube videos. He could, you know, go out tomorrow and get a job in radio or something, because he has a voice for radio. He could get a job in radio fairly easily. He could do that. He could, you know, be a full-time mechanic or something. There's no reason for him to do YouTube other than the fact he enjoys YouTube. People forget that about YouTubers, is we're all doing it because we enjoy doing it. Yes, most of us monetize our videos and streams and make money out of it. Some of us have it as a full-time job, like myself and Landy at the moment. Are we doing it for the money? No, we're doing it because we enjoy it. The money is just a bonus. Alex, this is the giant soybean harvest that was actually unintentional. Hello, GD. I'm doing good today, apart from my legs. I'll be fine, and probably actually tomorrow I'll be fine. Hopefully. Tomorrow or Sunday. But I'm going to be playing some Project Cars 2 tonight, so that might wreck my legs again. Daggerwin, I think, has been looking at other YouTubers, like maybe me and Landy. I don't know, I can't, you know, I'm not saying he definitely looked at my videos or whatever. I think he's just doing it more for the enjoyment of doing the videos than for the money now, and it's kind of showing through that he's... I haven't watched his videos, but from the complaints I've heard, it sounds like he's enjoying himself more and doing whatever he works. Or doing whatever he wants. Get a job you like, you'll never work a day in your life? That is true, Martin. But every job will have bad days. exercise is bad. I know! I exercised for literally 1 day. And I've been sore for 2 now. You play racing games, your legs twitch and they hurt after. See, I don't have that issue. That's the thing, is like, I can play racing games for hours. Yes, my legs stiffen up a small bit after a couple of hours, but that's kind of to be expected because you're kind of moving your legs in a very restrictive manner and using your muscles in ways they weren't maybe designed for. Especially when doing heel toe braking, that's when it really gets to me. But does it cause pain long term? No. It's doing a full day's exercise where I'm walking all day that is just like, that kills me for a couple of days. Worth it though. I really enjoyed myself, you know, going outside and being outside for a day and getting drenched. Hello, Blige. George has fixed this chair. George, get a new chair, seriously. For your own sanity and safety. I do enjoy, by the way, how hilariously low the soybean yields are because of the price. Tell us about my experience. Very, very wet. Much rain, many drops. 3 layers of clothing. Completely drenched. Included. This was through a supposedly waterproof jacket. You walk anything above 5 miles, you get blisters. Yes. For me, it's anything above 3 miles, and I walk probably about 10. Which is why my legs are still sore. 5 miles, it's sore for a day. 10 miles, I'm guessing it's 2 days then. Actually, Sin, there was something I was offered that I can't really say on stream, so I'll if you're on TeamSpeak afterwards, I'll tell you the joke that I was part of. Because it's not stream worthy. I'll put it that way. If you walk more than 3 miles, you pass out. Why do my legs still hurt? Because I did actual exercise for a day, Grim. Actual exercise plus fat, lazy Dave equals sore, very, very sore Dave. What map do I love playing? I actually love playing West Coast and Upton. Upton is a fantastic map as well. I play West Coast more because it gets more views though. Being blunt and honest. I know why it gets more views. It's because it's out. Upton, I have heard, is being put into the beta section, although Lancy today, literally today, found a bug with Upton. That I'm not fat. Oh, yes, I am. Good man, Dave. Yeah, I'll be fine in a couple of days. It is literally just muscle pain, because they're not used to having to do actual work. And if I could find the deep heat that I've got somewhere in here, I would be much better off, because then I'd just roast my legs with it. Nancy Boy is now not quitting modding. Yes, Godfather. I had a laugh at him already about that. I teased him about that already. To his face. Yep, I'm not fat, I'm just big bone. No, I'm fat. Try standing up 7 hours straight. That's what I was doing on Wednesday, Sim. Standing up and walking for 10 hours. Or 11 hours. Last week he was? No, he wasn't last week. He was quitting Upton because Giants rejected it. And I said last week that he wouldn't quit Upton. I called it precisely. I said he wouldn't quit Upton. He just got into a mood, and he's done this a few times. He just got into a mood and said something that he didn't mean because he was angry with Giants. This week the update is it's going into the beta section, which means it'll get either no testing at all or very, very lax testing. So Upton will be on Giants Mod Hub for PC only. Cameron, I can pretty much guarantee you it won't, because Lancy, I think, has given up on the console side of things. Mainly because, honestly, the tools just aren't there, and Lancy, not to sound as if I'm being mean, Lancy does need the tools. Lancy is the kind of person who, if there's a tool to diagnose something, he'll use the tool and figure it out. But if there's no tool, he won't be able to work through possible solutions, because he won't be able to find where the issue is itself. Yeah, that's not doing disrespect to him. He does a fantastic job with terrain and the looks of things, but it's always the technical stuff that he falls a bit flat on. And unfortunately, console is the most technical thing you can do in mapping. All modders need the tools, but for most modders it's just a convenience thing. For Lancy, it would be more of a necessity that he, no matter how much he tries, he won't be able to get stuff onto console without tools. Just because he's not very good at the technical side of things. I've helped him with stuff in the past, and I've no issues helping people with mods. You know, if they're making a mod and they don't know how to do something technical, I'll be more than willing to help, because that's where I always tinker with, is the technical side of the functions. But looks is maybe where I fall a bit short. Matt wants you to finish Terzalson. Is Matt so lazy that he won't even finish his own map? Because, like, I've said to a few people, the list of... I've got a list of people that I would hand Donetsk over to finish it. And being completely honest, that list is about... It's actually 2 names. There's 2 people I trust with that map. Because that is, like, my baby, and I would only trust 2 people to work on it myself. Like, other than myself. And if they were to approach me, one or both of them were to approach me and say, hey, look, we want an Irish map, and yours is really good, but we've noticed that you're not really making much progress with it. Do you mind if we take over? I would hand them over to the file. I would hand the files over to them in 5 seconds flat and say, go nuts. You know, just credit me or whatever. And I'm not going to name names, because I don't want people going and bothering them, saying, hey, can you take the map off RainbowDave and finish it? Because he's never going to do that. They'd have to come and ask me themselves. Am I going to do a root crop on West Coast? Yes, Farmer Dan, I do plan on it. It'll be on a smaller field. But I will do, like, potatoes or sugar beets, one of the 2. Godfather's not Dusty Dave and Lancy. There's 2 people that I think are probably the 2 best modders, best mappers out there, because they're both very well rounded and both very skilled. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. And I'm gonna say, if you do have figured out, don't bother them, because I prefer them to make their own maps, and I prefer to finish Donetsk myself. Because it is a map that I've been working on for 2 years. I need to get back into working on it at some point in the next few weeks. Hello, the vlogger. I was looking at the wrong chat there. Hello, the vlogger. I was looking at the chat that's in XSplit. Godfather, West Coast has only failed mod hub testing for console. There was, I think, there was a minor technical issue caused it to fail on PC the first time. And with console, it's hilariously minor technical issues every time. Your legs hurt too, the underused. Yeah, I need to get out and start walking more, so that my legs stop hurting as much. This is true, Louis. Like, it's amazing, like, knowing mappers and following their work, how you can see what they're strong at and what they're not. Sim can't finish his own map, neither can Fahy, so they wouldn't be able to finish mine. They're both working on their own maps. Sim's actually working about 6 maps. Fahy's working on, I think, 3. Even Pedro's working on, or was working on a map, last I heard. But I'm going to use Lancey and Dusty Dave as an example here. Lancey is very good at terrain and getting the map to look amazingly pretty. Dusty Dave, I've always found, is stronger when it comes to getting the technical details in, the really technical niggly bits in. And that's where Lancey falls short. So they are working on a map together, so that will be a fantastic map. That'll, you know, rival something from Oxygen David Bullet Bill very easily. Your map was retired months ago. See, look, Sim's even given up on his map. He's like Silver, he's quit mapping already, before he's even got a map out. Yeah, Pizza, I think it's funny how the modding community has changed from gold standard on FSUK is the goal to... Oh, getting it on ModHub is the goal. Louis, I've said this a few times and it's from my own experience with making my own map. Hello, Kian. And this is advice for everybody, including people who've already started work on maps or have been working on maps for a while and whatever. If you take your time and don't rush anything, don't say, oh, that's not quite perfect, it'll do. Well, you do that, because you're always going to do that. But if you think you can improve something, improve it. Don't just say, oh, I'll come back to that later. Fix it now. Take the time now, because it'll save you time in the future. It'll give you a better idea of what's going on. It's been a long while. Yes. Can you get? You're working 4 days a week. Well, that's 3 days you could work on the maps in. There's no excuse. I'm good. I'm in a good mood. If you didn't guess from Kian managing to break me, yes. But we do have a silage harvest to do in the very near future, and I think I might start it in a second. We do need to windrow up the fields. Git is going for dinner. Alright, Git. If you're new here, by the way, very little of what I say that's negative towards people in chat is actually meant. I make jokes, I tease, I make fun of people. 3 days for girls. But like today when you got up really early in the morning. Oh, that sucks, Itachi. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up this screen real quick. I'm going to get creative money on. I want to buy something. Where is it? There it is. Just tab over to it in the shop real quick. Never mind. Things have broken. Hang on, I need to just send somebody a picture real quick. I need to get rid of the item I just bought and abandon that idea entirely. There we go. Wasn't sending a picture to Sim. It wasn't Sim getting a picture. Somebody else. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some silage. Because silage. And yes, that is a fire dragon in the middle of the road there. It got knocked out there when I was mowing yesterday. Have I got any news on the console version of West Coast? Yes, it exists. Did I get the Pottinger Windrower? What Pottinger Windrower? Blash, I don't know what you're talking about. Bale side. Use the care belt wrapper. Technically speaking, I can't afford it. Realistically speaking, okay, let's do it. So what we'll need is a round baler. Let's see, what one would suit? We'll get the Mikhail 991 for sure. And of course I'm going to choose that color. And in terms of a baler... is the only real option available to be New Holland? The only real option available to me is the New Holland. So easy in-game New Holland, why not? And we'll turn off creative money real quick again. There we go. Hey, Bilbo. There we go. Official answer for everybody wondering about the console version. To match my Valtra. Do you know what? I need to reskin a Valtra, or get a Valtra skin going that is pink. Now that I've seen that there is one in real life. You put a link in Discord that day. I clearly didn't find it or click on it. I am terrible. Could you link it again, Blash, and tag me in it? So that I can actually see it after the stream. Or even PM me the link. Actually, PMing me the link would be better, because then it won't get swarmed by messages after the stream. There's a Mikhail F5... Is there a Mikhail F550 released? I was looking around the mod site, well, the good mod sites earlier, and didn't see any, so it's probably on one of the dodgier ones. I'll have a look for it. If it's the one I think it is, it's from NI Modding back in FS13. Their testing tool is optimized only for equipment. Oh my god. The lunacy never ends at Giants, it seems. It is an ice. I thought as much. I really did. I'd like to see if somebody could do this year, and knows how to make equipment mods from scratch. I'd love to see the F660 baler in Farm Sim, or even the brand new that I saw the other day, the new Mikhail rake that was actually unveiled at the National Plowing Championships that I didn't realize was new. The FSUK team, the credits. It's all well and good to credit them, but they didn't ask permission, and I can tell they didn't ask permission, because then modding usually wouldn't give permission. Or the V660 even. Am I going to be bailing this field? Yes. I'm going to be using the New Holland baler, the Rollbelt 150, and the McHale wrapper to get some silage bales, which we're going to sell pretty much immediately. Okay. It's the tool that's only recommended. Yeah, I mean, I think really Sony weren't expecting people to try and make maps for games is the issue. Because even like Bethesda mods are all kind of pieces of equipment. Fallout mods are all equipment. Everything that has mods on console is just equipment mods. So, in fairness to Giants and to Sony, I can see why it's kind of a bit flawed. But I think Sony, I would hope Giants get in contact with Sony. Sony massively underestimated FS17. Yeah. I don't think even it was like designed for FS17. I don't think it was designed for Farmson at all. I think it's the tool that Bethesda and Bethesda use, and none of the mods for Bethesda games are maps. New location. Yeah, but are they on console sim? Is the question. The prototype McHale. It's probably the one that was unveiled at the ploughing then, Fahy. Oh my god, the default walk speed is so slow. I know that I should really be using the default walk speeds and stuff, but it's just too slow. Now that I got used to ×8 movement, yeah. It was awesome. That thing looks pretty good as well. And I will say CD Models has, like, after seeing the Smith Supercubes in person, I'm really impressed by that mod. It's probably my favorite trailer mod now. Hope he does the others well. Oh, that'd be amazing. The I'd like to see the Cavernland Moors back and kind of up to scratch for FS17, which is what none of the people who converted them ever did, was get them up to scratch. They always kind of looked a bit out of place. It's a common failing with people who just convert random stuff, is that it's converted and it's in-game, yeah, but it's never brought up to standard. It's kind of kept as the standard from the game it was originally in. And the FS13 stuff, honestly, just can't really meet the same standard as FS17 has for mods. It could just about meet FS15, but FS17, the standard's been raised so much that it just stands out like a sore thumb. Hello, Model Farmer. That's some, yeah. The people who convert mods, I've tried my hand at it, I'll admit. I'm terrible at it, so I've just decided, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna make a map myself instead, because it's easier. And that's not a slight to you, Bill, but it's true, map making is probably the easiest bit of modding. Because all the tools are in G. You don't need to worry about blend or coding stuff, by and large. Whereas with equipment, you gotta actually learn Blender and stuff. Is it? Nope. Nope. Can't. Nope. Maps are the easiest mods to make, and I've got nothing but respect for the guys who make equipment. Because, like, maps are difficult. Just because GE is a bit weird with controls for people who are just getting into it. And then you got the guys who do equipment, and it's just like, how do you even get started with that? How do you even come close to get? Yeah, the most I can do in Blender is make a cube, and then I can't even texture it. I was trying to retexture something in Blender a while back, and it took me 4 hours. And this was just to put a new texture on something. Because I had to generate the texture itself. Yeah. I've got... I don't know if Steam's actually going to show up for me or not. I've got probably 300 hours in Blender, roughly. And I'm still very much a novice. Because most of those hours were spent trying to figure out Blender in the first place. For a period, I knew what I was doing, and then I stopped using Blender for like a year, and now I'm back to I have no idea what I'm doing. Have I tried Epsom salts? I have not. What I have done is I've taken a shower and punched my legs quite a bit, Matthew. Because I find percussive maintenance on the legs, especially when you got muscle issues, does actually numb it. Mainly because you're overwhelming the pain sense, the pain receptors with punching. Maya seems easier than Blender, possibly. Oh, thanks, Bill. That's not much of a compliment because I'm bad at YouTube. I think the better thing is stick with science because I'm actually reasonable at it. I can do science at a professional level, nothing else. How was the playing? It was good fun. It was really good fun. Although I actually do want to get back into GE in the next week or so and get back working on my map because I've been lazy. I've been slacking. I've been taking a break from GE because I was annoyed with trees. All of the trees. Nothing but trees. So I'll get back into that in the next couple of weeks. Bit wet, yeah. 3 layers of clothing soaked, Pain, including a supposedly waterproof jacket. That failed within, I think, in the first hour of rain, and the other 7 hours were just soaking through a really nice hoodie that I was wearing that got drenched, and a t-shirt as well. So I was walking around most of the day and nothing but... do you know, I've been meaning to install it and just kept forgetting. I was going to install it today and I was like, oh, I should install this. I looked, it was 5 minutes before I was due to start streaming. Like, I can't install it reasonably within 5 minutes. Or safely within 5 minutes. I could install it within 5 minutes, but not safely. Because I probably won't need to well, we'll back stuff up if I want to revert, but for the safety backup that is always encouraged. I know what I'm doing to the point where it's not going to be a safety backup, it's going to be a revert ready backup. If I change my mind about it. But yeah, I do plan on using the texture pack. It is on FSUK, Pain. One thing I do understand is filing systems. Because mine are so obtuse that any other ones seem somewhat logical. To get to any given picture for a thumbnail, I have to go through 6 folders. Well, the README will be fine. I could do it without the README, it's just a case of... I don't want to do it quickly. So I'll probably do it over the course of 10-15 minutes after the stream, just to be 100% sure, and have a backup ready, and have a backup of the backup, and have a backup on Google Drive, just in case I somehow lose the other 2 backups. In fact, I might just back up to Google Drive straight up, because that's easiest. It is a bit of a shame that FSUK's kind of died since FS13. Like, FS15, the criticism of it was lack of mods, and kind of, at times, a lack of quality in those mods. And now it's just kind of like, there's maybe a mod a month going up on FSUK exclusively. Which is a real shame, because that, back in FS13, that was the absolute haven for modding. I'm kind of streaming and my phone was dead earlier, so it's not actually turned on. So I can't even check my phone. I'll tab out in a second and have a look. Come here. Yeah, there we go. Also, if you've got game extensions installed, guys, my preferred speed for walking is ×8. Because I am apparently a complete and utter lunatic. I need to tab out in a second anyway, just to make sure there's some stuff, so... let's do it now, actually, just while I'm here. Ah, thank you for the PM, Blash. And now I don't have... Luminec. Come on, XSplit, come on. There we go. Now we are going to go... And I've just realised there was... Have I windrowed... Oh, I did windrow both fields. Pizza, I have replied. That wasn't particularly a call to action for you, but... I mean... If you can, you can. So let's go get the baler. I've left the Fast Track 3000 on. That's not particularly smart of me. Let's get the baler. Because that's going to be our first necessity. Do I teleport or not? I think I'm having a few financial issues. Only for the time being, RS. We're about to solve that in very, very short order. Because I've got 2 fields baled up, or rowed up, of grass. That grass is going to be turned into silage. That silage is going to get sold. And... Thank you! Does Bobo have a website? I don't think he has a website. He's got a Facebook page and stuff. How to use AI vehicles to your advantage. Hey, Vixmap. Oh, I forgot about the YouTube channel, actually. So yeah, do subscribe to Little Bill on YouTube. He's got some interesting videos, shall we say. Like the window washing video, which I've watched a few times and I just can't stop laughing because it's so weird. So I've somehow accidentally kept my yellow colour scheme. Can I drive in real life? No. Well, yes, but I'm not supposed to. You knew I'd mention it. Yeah. Well, yeah, because I'm weird. But I believe you also have some videos of Cobra in real... Or, like, a few clips of Cobra in real life. If memory serves. That was just the one that came to mind immediately, was the window washing video. Oh, nuts. Come on, flip. Yes. Why am I not supposed to drive? Because I don't have a license. Which is the best reason that you're not supposed to drive. I've been... And the West Coast trailer as well, yes. Going cab. Okay, but you're only going to be seeing this view because I can't control it with the mouse. I can't control it with my head because I don't have head tracking turned on. So you're going to have a straightforward look. That's all you're going to get today because I'm not having out to turn on head tracking. Because I'm lazy. Yeah, you can see how I drive in Farm Sim. Would you trust me in real life with a car that can go faster than these things? I'm not sure what type of stuff. Do whatever you want, dude. It's the way to do YouTube. Just do what you feel like doing. People will watch any old crap. If they'll watch me, they'll watch anything. And yeah, people love GE streams. Holy cow, do people love GE streams. Now let's close the gate again. Close the gate. There we go. Baler on, pick up down, away we go. Hopefully this will be literally some bales. Yeah, everybody... The main comment I get is people watch people, guys like Dagowin and Sim because they're somewhat realistic.
Hello, Dave! Sad Dave!
Lord, Sad Shona. That is an amazingly difficult name to read. Thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the RainbowDave Madhouse. Hope you enjoy your stay. People watch, you know, like Dagowin and Simulate and Landy because they do things realistically. They watch me because I'm a lunatic. And I'm completely fine with that. When's the next MP video? When we get it recorded. That gift though. Yes. Do you like my fantastic Dave Grohl gift, Sim? I felt like I needed a fabulous gift to go with my fabulous channel, so... finding one of Dave Grohl just kind of fit perfectly. Welcome back, Jack and Kian. If you're wondering why Kian keeps using that emote, or that emoji, it's because it makes me laugh. As he gets it, he keeps using it. What do I do when I need to fart on stream? I fart. Does that answer your question? I don't see why you'd want to know that, but there you go. Fab Dave for Fab Dave, exactly. Plus, I really like Dave Grohl, so I mean, win-win. I prefer working Nirvana over Foo Fighters, but I mean, the simple fact that he's been into the greatest rock bands the last 30 years says a lot. And for those of you that didn't know, yes, Dave Grohl was in Nirvana, he was the drummer. A lawnmower out of a ditch with a quad. Why did you need the quad? It's a lawnmower. Just pick it up. Use your strongman abilities. Look at, ooh, we get lots of bales. This is gonna be good for money. This is gonna be good cash money. Also, if you're wondering what the little icons, I've got IC bound up differently here. Just rebind IC again. Or, of course, if you're wondering what these little icons here mean, this one means the engine's on, this one means there's a baler attached. It's from Game Extension by Zentro. Yeah, the emoji are different on stream because I guess, supposed to use different emojis. It is, no, it is the same one. It's just that it looks a bit weird because it's kind of on a background over the game. Does this JCB have IC? I hope not, it's the in-game one. What other type of money is there? Cryptocurrencies? I guess? That's money, but it's not cash. There's multiple different types of money. Like cash that you'd see you'd use in like a shop is only one type of money. I count debit cards as being a different kind of money as well. And credit cards. Credit cards are the promise of getting money eventually. Or temporary loans. Loans are a different kind of money. Hello, James. Whoops. Got your replacement Cytec stuff on the way. I think you're a mistake in getting that in the first place, but yeah. Honestly think that the Cytec farm sim stuff is... If you only ever want to play farm sim, then yeah, it's worth getting. If you want to play Farm Sim and we'll say Euro Truck. You're better off getting a G27, G29, G25, even a Driving Force GT, or one with the Thrustmaster wheels. I'm just listing out Logitech because same company. You know, Cytec is now owned by Logitech, so you know you could get a lot from the same range. Effectively, that's better for Euro Truck, and works perfectly well with Farm Sim. I use a G27 with Farm Sim. Occasionally, it works fine. What's wrong with my legs? I went outside and did some walking and my legs have decided to start shouting at me because of it. So we're getting, yeah, this is going to be good silage. I think this is going to be good money. Because we are just going to straight up sell these bales. I don't need silage bales right now, because what I'd like to be able to do, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but I will. What my plan in my head is, at the very least, is we're going to use these bales, sell them off. We're going to make these bales, sell them all off, and use the money from that to buy another grass field where we can make forage wagon silage for the pit over by the cows. We can use that to make TMR and feed the cows and get more money out of it. I'm not entirely sure what the more profitable way of making silage is. Credit card's the best way to get into it. Yeah, by far. How am I going to sell them since there's a tip thing at the biogas? By using the tip thing at the biogas, Martin? I would presume, Bill, if you're still here, you can confirm or deny this for me. I'd presume there is actually a bale destruction trigger within that trigger at the VGA. Why are my legs sore? That is the most popular question today. Because I was walking 2 days ago and my legs are angry that I actually did some exercise. Sell them a little wool hope, which is a bale sell point. I could do that, or I could bring them over to the VGA and sell them there as well. Because almost always the VGA sell point has a bale destroy trigger. Hello, Tom Kenyon. Was I at the ploughing? Yes, I was. And I got absolutely drenched. I was literally dripping. BJ does not accept them. Oh, okay. I guess I will go to Little Hope. Or, I've just realised, I could use the evil bale sell point over here and just throw them in one by one. You gotta go into a 30-minute traffic jam to get back home. The stream is gonna last until 7, so less than half an hour. Have I activated the other thingy? What other thingy? Daggerwin found that out. Well, I guess I have to thank Daggerwin for that. So thank you, Daggerwin, for finding that out for me. I know you didn't intend to find it out for me specifically, but credit where credit's due. It usually takes me a while to do silage bales anyway, so by the time that I start doing them, it's usually known. Green thingy. Oh! I don't have it activated, no, pizza. For much the same reasons as Landy doesn't. But I will activate it eventually. Hello, John. Oh, pizza! Just a little... I'm gonna say it's a tip. Do you know that trick I told you about last night? In PMs? You could do that with the green thing as well. Why hasn't landed yet? Because it's a private mod and people keep asking where he got it, and he'd have to keep answering it's a private mod. What's my dream car? It is, much to many people's entertainment, the DMC DeLorean. Or the the DMC DeLorean DMC-12. It's just my favorite car. It's terrible, and I know it's terrible. And I know it's badly made. But I want one. I just want one. How am I? I'm good. I should start with stand-up comedy with that trick. What trick, Pizza? What is it? Pirate mod? No, I said private. Christina. Private mod is one that only select few people have. Like, for example, this version of Whisper Chills. Whisper Chills? The West Coast. Why did Whisper Chills pop into my head all of a sudden? This version of the West Coast is technically a private mod. Because I've done a couple of tiny little tweaks to it. Namely, I've turned off collisions on the telephone poles because they annoy me. And I've done one other tweak that I showed, I think, a few people. But which just entertains me, so it's staying. I might never show it off on streams or in videos. But it's there, and I know it's there, and it entertains me, so it stays. And yes, sometimes I will do little tweaks to maps that I'm never going to show off, but that entertain me, so I don't mind taking 5 minutes to do it. And of course, if you are enjoying the stream, much like John did, or John is, I guess, please do feel free to hit that like button, and consider subscribing as well if you haven't already. What's the green thingy? What green thingy? Oh, the green thing the Pizza and I are talking about? It's a secret, which is why we're calling it the green thing. R32? Hey, R34. Good lord. R32. It's a mod. We're talking about a mod, but we're intentionally keeping a secret from people. Because we both know. Give me a good website under 600. What? The cheapest way to get a PC, guys, is to build your own. Everybody's interested in the green thing now, Pizza. You seriously take the R32 over the R34? Hello, Isaac. Can't be bothered. Alex, building a PC takes maybe an hour at most. And doing research on the parts is maybe another 2 hours. So, let's say you build yourself, just for example's sake, $50 an hour. It's quite a good wage to be getting. Let's say you build yourself $50 an hour for your time where you're building it and doing the research for the parts you want. You're still saving $100 over the same PC, especially if it's higher end, if you were to buy it from a shop. If not more. Like, I built a PC for £700, my old PC. It cost me about £700, including screen, keyboard and all that kind of gubbins. And I looked it up with the same specs on Dell's website. The exact same PC with the exact same specifications. And that exact same PC on Dell's website cost £1,200. So I saved £500. The reason I'm saying pounds is because I was living in England at the time. I saved £500 just by building it myself. It's the exact same machine would do the exact same things. The only difference between the one I made or built and the one Dell had was that one was built by professionals, the other was built by an amateur. And the one that I built lasted me about 5 years. 4 or 5 years. I replaced it two or 3 years ago. With this machine, which I also built, and I'm maintaining and kind of tweaking to perform as I would like. There's another tweak kind of in the pipeline, which is going to be water cooling. But that's probably going to come with a CPU upgrade. So that's going to be an expensive one. Actually, it wouldn't need to come with a CPU upgrade, would it? Because if I were to change the CPU, I'd probably need to change the motherboard, which would be really much more expensive. I could do water cooling in this with a closed loop system almost immediately. Just CPU for now, Monster. Because if I were to water cool the CPU, I could then, because I use an Asus motherboard, I could then switch on turbo mode. Because right now, if I switch on turbo mode, the CPU when I'm rendering hits 100 degrees Celsius, which is not a good temperature. It's dangerous, to say the least, for a CPU. Whereas if I was to water cool it, it would hit maybe 60. You know, it would just improve the performance of my PC, because then I'd be able to get it running at full top spec. As opposed to what I'm doing now, which is kind of a middling spec. Still performs really well, but I could improve. I could do a lot better with the same PC just by doing a couple of tweaks. And also it wouldn't get as insanely hot in here during the summer, because the CPU blows out a lot of heat. And if that was then water cooled, and the heat was being dissipated through water, it wouldn't throw out as much heat. Because water is a much better conductor of heat than air. It likes holding heat in it, whereas air likes blowing heat away. See you, Stevie. Enjoy your food. I'll be going to eat probably immediately after the stream. I've heard it's spag bol today. How hard is this build a PC with no experience at all? Farmer Dan, have you ever done a jigsaw? Have you ever done a jigsaw, or we'll say an airfix kit or something like that? Alex, PC part picker. And like a computer, a modern computer with all modern parts, all new parts, if you were building one today, is about as complicated as a jigsaw puzzle. The most difficult bit and the most nerve-wracking bit is actually installing the CPU, because if you screw that up, you're gonna have to buy a new CPU. There is a chance, a very small chance, that if you screw up installing the CPU, which can be done by literally touching it wrong. So that, you know, it is the most nerve-wracking bit. This is the bit where you can actively break something immediately. PC part picker. Alex. Yeah, you like Glengar just said, you don't need experience to build a PC. I always call a modern PC an electronic jigsaw. Your food at the ploughing is not cheap. Good lord, I spent €5 on a hot dog. But it was a good hot dog, so I didn't mind spending €5 on it. I knew it would be a good hot dog though, because I had a hot dog from that stand before. Electric picnic. One of the few things that I can vividly remember is the hot dog I had, because it was so nice. Although I was quite inebriated, so yeah. And for those of you watching who are watching on normal YouTube, YouTube gaming is actually, I think, a better experience for watching streams. When I watch Landy and Sim and whatnot, I do actually watch them on YouTube gaming when I have any stream going, because I do watch quite a lot of streams on YouTube. It's my main source of entertainment now, apart from Game of Thrones videos. Apart from like watching some TV on the internet or whatever, I always watch YouTube gaming. I just think it's better. I think the chats, the whole video player is better laid out. Did I see Grassmen? Yes, I did. In fact, when I walked in, theirs was one of the first stands that I saw. That we were parked quite close to that. You got Supermax on the way home. We actually didn't stop on the way home at all. We went home and had, what did we have? Stew. Lovely beef stew. Which was just perfect for warming us back up. Yesterday my dad came home and he had shepherd's pie. Because my mother, she's fantastic at knowing just this amazing range of foods that will warm you up to no end. And she has like a little list for the winter of foods for the cold days. How am I? I am good, Derek. How are you doing today? What's a Supermac? Supermax is kind of the Irish version of McDonald's. Hello, Shane. Supermax is the Irish version of McDonald's. It's cheapo burgers, fast food, done fast. And it's where everybody goes, because you can get pizzas and stuff in there as well, and it's really nice. Yeah, nothing like a stew after a day of rain. I'm gonna cheat here real quick. So if I avert your eyes... Just so that I can get a few bales made today, because the stream is going to be ending in about 10 minutes time. And zoom. Please don't land a bit. Oh my god, that was perfect. Have I... Oh no, it's just there's a big long delay in the animation. Okay. There we go. We are now using Mikhail 991 bale wrapper. Which is actually really well animated. Wow. Hello, Lancy. Do I have a Massey? I do have a Massey 675. It's over at the pig farm. And it lays down the bales correctly as well. That is very nice indeed. Because you never see bales laid down, in Ireland at least, on their side. Or on the bottom, I guess. They're always laid down on their side like that. I can carry two bales at the same time. Can I? Ah, so I can. That's actually kind of neat. And then we can queue up a third. Ha ha ha! You can lift another one up unwrapping. How? How do you lift it? Mouse controls? Oh, that's neat. I think I maybe shouldn't have done that. I found a problem. Trust me to do that. Martin, it's kind of my thing, is if something can be broken, I will find a way to break it. So they have to... Oh, you gotta lower it back down to get the bale to go up then? Oh, that's kind of cool that you can do it all manually if you really want to. Oh. Monster, I'm gonna leave what Martin said pass. I'm just gonna... Oh my god, that was amazing. Oh. So can you... I'm wondering now, seeing as I've just figured all this out, can you manually load this thing? Because if you can, this is my new favorite wrapper. It seems like it automatically does it there, but then you can manually lower it, and yet it kind of grabs itself at some points. That's interesting. That's really interesting. So you can basically run around the field, get lined up on your next bale every single time, and not need to worry about triggers being weird. Because you have your next bale already on the wrapper and ready to go. I like this. Just gonna juggle it a bit until it catches. It's not wanting to catch. It's really not wanting to catch. Why are you not wanting to catch? Oh, there we go. That was a bit derpy. Is everyone streaming West Coast tonight? It does seem like that, doesn't it, Godfather? I'll be honest, I know why Landy's streaming it, I know why I'm streaming it. There's a reason so many people are streaming West Coast so much. Ta-da! Perfect. Let's unload this bale. I do like the shade of pink they've used for the wrap. By the way, if you want this exact bale wrapper, go to the CD Models Facebook page. Facebook.com/CD Models. You can download it there. And just flat out replace the one from the Mod Hub. This is the better version. CD Models themselves pretty much told me the one on the Mod Hub is effectively just console compliant. And that the one on Facebook is the better version. It has scripts from Zentro. It is color selectable wrap, which a lot of people want. And in terms of color selections, let me show to you. In terms of color selections, you've got white, black, green, pink, blue, and purple. These three are all for different cancer charities. Pink is for breast cancer awareness. Blue is for, I think, men's cancer. And purple is for children's cancer. White, black, and green are just kind of generic wrap colours that you would see around the world. But the the pink or the 3 cancer bales, 3 cancer colours, I 100% get behind. Which is why I almost always use pink bales. When is Landy streaming? In about 5 minutes time, Christina. In fact, could you tell me when Landy is live on his countdown? Because it's going near that time where I'm going to be wanting to do my countdown to the end of the stream. It's prostate cancer, which is the primary male cancer, old fox. But I do believe the blue is for all men's cancers, not just prostate. Just prostate's the most famous. Although I could be wrong. I will admit, by the way, that it is unusual for me to say, oh, let me know when somebody else is live, because normally I'll actively say don't do that, because it's rude and mean. Thing is, Lanny and I are friends. If Sim is streaming after me, I'd ask people to do the exact same thing. Let me know when Sim's live, so I can finish up and send you guys over there. But if you haven't watched it yet, please, females have prostates too. Do they? I wasn't aware of this, old fox. I thought that was a gland that was only found in the male anatomy. I'll have to do some research now. Thank you, old fox. You've given me something to look up after the stream. I like learning new things. Watching this and listening to music with 2 headphones, very nice. I'm playing this and listening to music. That's actually why I have the music playing throughout the stream. It's so that I can entertain myself as much as you guys can get entertained. My blooming lamp is just refusing to hold itself on my desk anymore, and it's getting annoying. Landy is live? Well, in that case, thank you all very much for coming today. I'll leave you by saying, moving my lamp so it actually does shine on me a bit. Is that pink? Yes, it is, Adam. Of course it's pink. I'll leave you guys by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17.
Hello, Dave.
Yari Circle. Thank you very much for subscribing in the last minute. Thank you very much for watching. Please watch today's video. Monster starts spamming. Keen can spam as well. Mods can spam the link. Please watch today's video. It was on the West Coast as well. I was doing some weeding, which it's not a job that a lot of people do. I felt like it was a kind of an underrepresented job on YouTube. So I did a bit of weeding today. If you did enjoy the stream, please do hit that like button, and please do consider subscribing as well. I'll be back tomorrow with some Upton. I'm going to do some Upton tomorrow, I think. I'll be back on the West Coast on Sunday. But until next time, stay safe. And goodbye.